Hello, people! Now it's time for some gaming. This is Nurse Mette, and today I'm gonna play a game called Harvester. It's an old horror adventure point and click game that was released along with the latest Humble Bundle. So I got it, and there seems to be a lot of decent games in there, so do consider uh, buying this one. And the money goes to a good cause, so it's always good to buy games with a really good conscience. Okay, the game is starting here. Harvest, population 51. This is an old game, yeah. Looks spooky. Man, this game is old. And I heard that it's really, really scary. Oh, hello there! One thing that I'm really glad is that I can actually see the comments and such on the other screen. When I did my cat lady walkthrough, it kind of messed up the settings, so I couldn't see all the windows on my secondary screen. That's kind of annoying. But this is fun. Just gotta wait for the credits to finish. And I can always babble some in the meantime. I do love some serious horror games though, and I grew up with the point and click and the adventure genre. Rather, I play the games that came before that. Good old LucasArts and Sierra games. The music coming. Oh, holy pixels! That's one messed up alarm clock. Like miniature church bells. Oh, it's one of these games, yeah. With the old trend from the 90s. I still remember playing Cable Knight 2 as a video game. Like video. That's the game graphics. Okay. Time to don the flannel shirt and go. Please wait. I already waited. Talk to other characters and they'll give me clues. Okay. Avoid cliches like the plague. That's kind of good since horror game cliches tend to kill you. It's precious and wasted. No. In the crazy illogical ways. I know. Save a game often. Who wrote these tips? Captain Obvious? This seems so. Holding down the control button. Okay. Look before you leap. Mm-hmm. That one is good though. Oh. Okay. Mischievous adventure. I think that might be an understatement. Okay. I think I'm gonna keep the tips on. Examine. A handful of faded hardbacks litter the lower shelf. Yeah. Examine the clock. Bells on a hammer. Examine the picture. Beautiful photo of a beautiful girl, blonde, about 17 years old. Can I pick it? Oh! Punch the picture! Do I pick these? Acne medicine! Can I pick things up like this, or... Clarinet! This is a fat high school girl left it there. Paper doll by the Mills Brothers sits on the turntable. Saddle shoes! Operated dresser. Ooh, cool! I want the pen. So this is how I pick up stuff. Quarter, 1952. Of course I need the sunglasses. No, I want the sunglasses, damn it. Oh, those other things. Is this gonna be a pixel hunt? Or... Well. Examine the lights. Man, thank you, Captain Obvious. Basketball. Now I'm in the closet. Man, this guy loves flannel shirt. A sexy pinup. Oh my god, so horrible. Oh. I think I've checked out everything, so let's move on. Hello, Hank. Examine the globe. Paper mache. Watered plastic plants. Old-fashioned console television. Examine the cabinet. I bet that Hank's crazy. With a coloring book. He's one of those kids. That's a newspaper? A box full of newspapers? I thought it looked like kindling or something.
What?
Who am I?
A lousy rat. And you better be quiet or you'll wake Daddy up.
And then you'll get a whipping. Lousy rat? What the hell is this?
Why my rat? What did I do to you?
You went and got all mushy on that girl, and now you're lighting out on me. Well, if that's the way you're gonna be, then you can drop dead.
What do you mean I'm lighting out on you?
First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Steve in a baby carriage.
What the hell are you talking about?
Mom, Steve said hell.
Young man, don't you dare use that kind of language in
Where's
this house.
the mother?
How'd you like that?
You little tattletale.
Yeah, well, you're in trouble. And you better not forget to take out the paper this morning.
What
Don't
the-
try to weasel out of it. You know this is your week to put the paper out in the morning. If you forget again, I wouldn't want to be you when Jimmy catches up to you.
Oh no, Jimmy! Bye,
Good.
little brat.
Fine on.
But let's save the game just to be sure. Oh, what a nice background! I really like this. Well, at least I got lots of slots to save. Is it saved now? Or... What the? Do I write something? Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. Brain fart averted. Let's pick up the newspaper. Use newspaper on your inventory. Let's leave the house. Talk to Jimmy.
Hey, Steve, I'm Jimmy James. Remember me?
No, I don't, little brat.
I guess not.
Hey, how
Did
come
this
you
guy
haven't
wake
been
up
putting
with
the paper out
amnesia?
for me in the morning? Yeah? Well, try to remember, will ya? How'd you expect a working Joe to make an honest living? You don't put the paper out, I'm out of a job.
So what?
How
You
old
don't get
are
paid
you?
for picking
You're
up
not
papers
old
anyway.
enough to have a
Sentinel
job.
building burnt down. What the heck else am I supposed to do? Listen, start putting that paper out and everything will be
And I'm
shape,
supposed to
okay?
be scared of
That's
this
all I
little
want.
brat.
That
Is he
and a
an
pair of
alien
sneakers.
in disguise or
Walking this
something?
suit every day has worn holes
Is he
in mine.
Is
Say,
it
you
Cartman?
got any spare sneakers?
Selena?
Whoa, that's great. Maybe we could trade.
What could you give me?
You know Miss Whaley and Principal Harold down at the school? Well, I found out they're messing around with each
Ooh,
other in the
dish,
broom
dish,
closet.
dish! I
can
got
tell you,
some
when they meet,
juicy
and trade you some
dish.
keys that'll let you catch them red-handed.
Oh
What do you say?
yes, I really want to watch people making up. Try attacking him? Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Before I give away the keys, let me see those sneakers.
First the keys, then the sneakers.
Nuh-uh. If you're trying to pull a fast one on me, forget it. You don't get the keys till I see the sneakers. And that's that.
This
See
brat
you
drives
later,
a
alligator.
hard bargain. Let's see, do I press... Yeah.
Hey, Steve. You've been doing a swell job putting the paper out in the morning. You
Is
just keep
this
doing
kid
that and we
bipolar
won't have
or
any
something?
Problems. That's not much to ask, is it?
Yes, it is. Okay, let's go inside and see if I can get those sneakers. Master bedroom. Ah, so that's where Mom and Dad are. I don't want to have any sneakers here. I want to take those binoculars, but no. Okay. It's firmly locked. Okay. Maybe I can go into the kitchen. Yeah, I could. Ah, there's the mom. Freshly baked cookies are in the trash can. Mom, that's not where the cookies go. Unless they're poison. Cookies are baking in the oven. Baby! Kick the baby! Don't kick the baby. Punch the mom, maybe?
Well, hello there. How about some cookies? There's plenty of rejects in the trash.
This
Who
is
are
the
you?
mom from hell.
That's a fine way to talk to your mother.
You're my mother?
That's right. Though sometimes I get treated like the hired help around
Oh,
here.
I
boo-hoo,
don't
nobody
remember.
gives me
Of
hugs.
course you don't. Until you need your socks washed.
No, you don't understand.
Oh,
I
you're
can't
killing
remember where
me.
I am or even who I am.
Land's sake, stop your joshing, won't you? Honestly, Steve, I thought you'd grow up a little after graduation. I only hope that new job will plant your feet on the ground.
So that's my name. Steve.
Your name will be M.U.D. Mud if you don't stop teasing me.
Oh!
Listen,
What are you gonna
This may
do?
sound
Trouble me?
strange, but I've lost my memory. Do you believe me?
Yeah, because
Well,
no
you
kid has
always were a
ever
kidder,
tried that
Steve.
on their parents'
I'm serious.
before.
Sure, and next you'll be telling me you don't remember Hank and your little sister.
Oh, this.
When
is
did I
promising.
graduate?
4 months ago, as if you could forget that.
What college?
Actually, I did.
College? A high school diploma is all you need to get a job. And besides, you can't marry
Stephanie?
Stephanie if you're going to waste your time going to college.
I'm gonna
18
marry
years old and you're
marry?
just now
Oh my
getting
God.
your first job. It's a disgrace, but better late than never. I guess we can thank Stephanie for that.
Okay, who is this?
And just
Stephanie
who
Jake?
is Stephanie?
Don't you dare toy with that sweet girl. If you start in on her with all this amnesia poop, she'll think her fiancé is having second thoughts about the wedding.
Oh, this is kind of
Look, all this
confusing
talk
to
about
wake up
weddings
to.
is nuts. I'm not marrying anybody till I figure out what's going on here.
First the heartbreak of psoriasis, and now this. 2 weeks before the wedding and you're
Heartbreak of
backing out.
psoriasis, yeah.
Whatever will the neighbors think?
I can't marry someone I don't even know.
Fine, have it your way, but leave me out of it. If you're going to break Stephanie's heart, you march right next door and do it yourself. And don't expect me to write you a note.
Talk about melodramatic.
Fiance? This is insane.
Look at that,
Oh, you're
Steve's
not having second
expression.
thoughts about marrying Stephanie.
It
Is
looks
that
like
what
he
this
got a
silliness is all about?
surprise
Pre-wedding jitters.
Can
prostate
something
exam.
like that produce amnesia?
Stop this foolishness right now and count your blessings. Stephanie is great at cooking and cleaning.
Because that's all that matters when you're getting married.
What's cooking and cleaning got to do with anything?
Honestly, boys are so dense. What else is there for a wife but cooking and cleaning? You may not appreciate a hot meal on a clean plate when it's there, but if it wasn't, we'd hear about it soon enough, I'll bet.
You're saying
Good
that's
to
all there
hear
is
that
to
Mom's
marriage?
got her
Cooking
priorities.
and cleaning?
Well, you'll have to ask your father about that, but I'm sure Stephanie will do her duty.
He's 18 and he doesn't. No? Oh.
Bless your innocence, but there are certain disgusting truths that go along with marriage. Facts that can't be disguised by sheets which wrap around the contours of flexing go-go's and bouncing legs.
Mom, TMI,
You
TMI,
can't
TMI,
know what I'm talking about, and that's best. When the time comes to make a baby with Stephanie, you'll have to make your peace with the fact that when a farmer plants
Oh,
his seed, he can't help
we're
but get
not
some
having
nasty
this
dirt on his
conversation,
clothes.
Mom. Your kid has amnesia and you're talking about sex. How awesome.
My father.
He's in the other room. He decided to sleep in today. Now please, let me get back to my cookies.
I tried to open the door. It was locked.
Oh my
heard him moaning.
god, this is so
Like he was in pain.
bad.
Your father
Pain,
overdid
yeah.
it last night. Just leave him alone until I get some catgut. Have a cookie?
No, I want to bet that Mom's really, really crazy and she gutted my father or something
The
and
bake
gave
sale
me
was on Friday,
like
and
amnesia.
yet you're baking the cookies now.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today.
And that, look
But
at that
they'll
smile.
be stale by
Look at that smile and tell me
That's why
that's
I'm
not a
throwing them
sinister
away.
bitch in
And then
disguise.
cooking more?
To replace the ones I throw out.
Why?
Well, I have to. No one's going to pay to eat stale cookies out of
Yep,
the garbage
she's
can.
psycho.
But you expect me to.
Psycho
Of course
Mom.
not, Steve. I wouldn't charge you. I'm your mother. Help yourself.
Oh, this is so...
What charity is this bake sale supposed to benefit?
It'll help provide a fund for bums and hobos who wander into harvest and have no family ties.
Kind of
Because a
specific
cookie will
target
make
group, isn't it?
everything better.
You have to pay attention to detail when dealing with such people.
I don't know what you mean.
You will. The whole thing has been organized by the lodge.
Tell me more about this bake sale.
Because
Why is it so
villages with
As I told you,
No.
many unfortunates who come to
secret
harvest end up needing
societies. Yeah.
financial help.
Why is that the town's problem?
It's not a problem, so long as those folks are taken care of. It's the will of the lodge.
The lodge. That doesn't sound sinister at all.
What lodge?
The Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve. It's just the finest place in Harvest, and the most exclusive.
What's so great about it?
Exclusive and
Hard to
crazy.
say since hardly anyone gets inside, but it wouldn't be so exclusive if it wasn't just wonderful. Just like the new Reynolds dishwasher with their patented auto dry process, TM. I've never used one, but I know I want it.
Yep, she's
Instead
bought
of
into
sulking around the house
consumerism.
all day, why not walk over to the lodge and apply for membership?
Yeah.
Don't be so hasty, Steve. I think you'll find Harvest is a pretty dull place without the lodge.
Not really
sound
with
like
all
the
you crazy
membership
people
director.
here.
Don't be silly. I just want what's best for you, that's all.
Mm-hmm, and you really know
Harvest
that.
is a town unlike any you've ever known.
I
In
bet.
what way?
I don't have time to go into it now. Why not take a walk around town and pester someone else? I'm busy.
With baking cookies and throwing them out. Bye, Psycho Mom.
Don't forget to put the papers out for Jimmy. You know how he gets.
Mm-hmm. These cookies are hot out of the oven. Is there anything else I can get? No, I'm not gonna talk. Knives! I want those knives. Okay. Fireman Sparky Super Foamy Fire Extinguisher! Let's see. Mailbox. But I want the junk mail. Look through the window. Examine the security bars. Why are there security bars on only one window? That's what I want to know. Steel bars wrench signals from the naked air. I live right under the power lines. That's gotta be healthy. Let's leave the house. Your house! General store! Post office, barbershop, missile base, lodge. Oh, cool! Potsdam, Johnson, Cemetery! Shady Oaks! Lots of shady business. Oh, this is kinda cool. Fire station, police station, newspaper building, Edna's Diner, TV station, Guyan Memorial School, meat plant? I guess it's special meat, huh? Wouldn't surprise me. Okay, and the lodge is in the middle of the little town. Let's go to the general store, maybe. Examine the handyman. He's too busy working to notice you. Phelps! Examine the sign. Yum, creamed asparagus. Tips 2 for 49 cents. Harvest bake sale is Friday in the school gym. Let's see if we can head inside. Maybe that guy looks kind of creepy. At least it does when... Oh, cool music! Water cooler! Dead roaches and bits of arid grit coat the water cooler's bone-dry reservoir. How appetizing! Copier. 3 copies made here. That's good to know. Examine the barrel. Smells like pickles. I don't think I need to talk with Mr. Phelps. Maybe I should do as my psycho mom says and head over to the lodge. Yeah, let's do that. Oh yes, this really seems non-suspicious at all. Mystical signs, torches, and a rather, you know, liberal dress code. Let's save just in case. Just in case I fuck up. Talk to Sergeant the Dark.
Initiates may enter the Hall of the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Did you...
That voice
say something?
really makes me feel
I
real
did
safe.
not speak, but my mind touched yours.
Seems legit.
But how?
Only those who seek enlightenment want my attention. Do you hunger
For blood!
knowledge?
Is it me, or does Mr. Gatekeeper here look a little bit like somebody we know? Yes, I'd like to join the lodge.
Obstacles to the path. You must first fill out an application to be
They have
considered
an application?
for initiation into the mysteries.
Yeah, sure, I'll fill out an
Applications are
application.
available at the post.
You're fucking kidding me! This is the coolest cult ever! Application at the post office.
Then I just fill it out and return it to you, or what?
Oh, you're
You
kidding me.
may find it difficult to obtain an application. You will no doubt need to find some way to persuade
Yeah,
Mr.
you're really,
to give you
really
one bit of
exclusive,
the month,
right?
as it is against his rules. When you do, however, bring it to me.
I'm so looking forward to what the test is gonna be.
Put to the test.
Red eyes gleam with eerie malevolence from the darkness. Punch the darkness! Attack the darkness! Woohoo! Alarming green sludge oozes from the drain. Ah, Dark Ages, indeed. Looks as ancient as the building itself. This is... Let's go to the post office! Get the application! 40% off packing peanuts assorted colors. An old glory flag. Let's see. There's a manhole that I can't... Cup! I want the cup with smudged lipstick. Is that a bullet hole? Looks like Mr. Pastor earlier forgot to put out the paper for Jimmy. Good thing that I did that this morning then. Maybe he's a little psycho kid.
Yes,
I need some help. Mr...
Postmaster Boyle. What can I do for you today? Sorry, youngster, we're out of applications
But I
right now.
want one.
Come on, you must have one around here somewhere.
Well, I do have the master, but you can't write on that. And I only make copies once a month, on the button, regular as clockwork.
But I can copy it.
It's not the effort, son. It's the principle. We must adhere to our standards.
Who are
They're all
you,
that stand between civilization and chaos.
Representative?
I'm
Just
sorry, you'll just have to
just to
come
be
back
a
in a
bastard?
month, same as anyone else. And even then,
But
I
I
can't
want
guarantee
it
you'll get an application. The line is always long,
now.
and there are never enough to go around.
It's very important that I get in quickly.
That's what they all say. Postmaster Boyle, I'll just die if I don't get into the lodge. I can't make an exception, young man. Just wouldn't be right.
No, because you're a bastard.
Next
Okay,
time you
I'll
post,
get
don't
that
forget
chick
the
there
zip code.
to seduce you and down the boxes. Blind woman! Oh, let's steal her mail. Is there nothing? Bake sale, bake sale! Do you have something in my inventory? Newspaper, quarter, pen. Oh, my health looks good though. Maybe I need to figure out a way to...
Sorry, son, no time to talk. Neither rain nor sleet nor snow nor hell shall keep the mail from its appointed rounds. Next time you post.
Bye-bye, bastard. Let's see if I can find a way to get that damn thing. Barber shop. Pastorelli! Mr. Swell. Mr. Parsons. These look like upstanding people. Alien head. An unfortunate extraterrestrial who journeyed hundreds of light years to wind up mounted on a barber's wall. That sounds legit. Jim Bob, who was the high school stars pitcher 20 years ago, hangs his aging leather jacket here when he comes in for trim. How nice. It takes a true sportsman to hunt down those dangerous cows. Especially if they're from the cow level. And look at that demonic sheep. Just look at those eyes. Oh. Mr. Pastorelli doesn't respond, not understanding English.
Howdy, Steve.
Yeah. Howdy back,
He
Mr.
looks crazy.
Swell, Steve. Don't you pull my old leg now. Change your mind about that aluminum siding?
What are you talking about?
I really think you should talk your father into buying some. He can afford it. And I can't stress enough the value
Keeps
of
out the
the really fine aluminum siding. Keeps it warm in the summer, cool in the
This
winter,
is...
and it keeps out the sheep. Pastorelli ought to look into some, but I can't get him to understand a word I say.
This is just so fucking crazy. Aluminium siding?
Steve, aluminum siding can't get a fair shake no more. Started when those firemen came to harvest, filling people's heads with newfangled notions like color coordination and interior design.
Such crazy
You can paint
ideas.
aluminum, you know, if you want to. But even so,
Painted
I can't seem to
aluminium.
move it anymore. Not even to a rube like Pastorelli. Thank God for the plumbing.
What's wrong with
Pastorelli's a
people in
rogue
this
from
town?
Way back. Ask Clem Parsons how he followed up with the alarm system in here. I'm a plumber. I could fix it for him, but he just won't listen.
Plumbing and alarm system. Those sound related.
Well, I seen the end coming for the aluminum siding game, so I took a mail course and learned how to be a plumber. Now, there's a business that never lets up. You'd be surprised what people flush down the toilet.
Yeah, I don't really want to know.
Nice to see you again, Steve.
Nice to see you too, crazy person.
Hello there, youngster. You say them aliens I was telling you about? Well, they came back last night. Cut another crop circle in my south field.
How come I never seen none of them saucers, Clam?
Them aliens is wily, Pete. You don't cross the intergalactic void without learning a trick or two. You know what Pastor Ellie did? Yesterday, he gets an alarm system to protect his pole. Only he don't know how to rig it, so now it's all awry.
So fun.
Why, that barber's pole of his is his pride and joy. Brought it all the way over from Italy, wrapped all special like.
From Italy.
It ain't nothing
Special
but colored
edition,
glass
I bet.
with some bulbs stuck up in it. But he thinks it's the be-all, end-all. Installed that alarm system just to protect it. Though who in tarnation would want to steal a worthless
I
piece
would
of
be
junk
more
like that?
worried about somebody
Maybe them
stealing
aliens,
the
Clem.
alien head.
Oh, Pete, don't be ignorant. Them aliens don't give a fig for no colored glass.
No, they are
You
more
think if they can
interested
build
in sheep and
spaceships,
cows.
They can't make a dadgum barber pole? Crazy hick, don't know nothing about science.
Yeah, because you strike me as a sciencey person.
Pastorelli shelled out for an alarm system, all right, but he's too cheap to hire an electrician to hook her up. Dang idiot cross-wired it to the fire sprinkler, so now when the alarm goes off, it sets the sprinkler spraying. Our nation, aliens looking for
This
intelligent
game is
life
so
ought to stay away from
crazy.
this shop, sure enough.
This... Just... Who the hell made this game?
Well, son, the ways of the alien is a specialized area of woodcraft unknown to all but the wiliest. folks.
Woodcraft?
What you gotta remember
Well-
is, your average alien is smarter than your average human. So you gotta be extra careful.
Which
too
means
when you're blind
that
if you wanna bag
if they go
You
by this
hunt
town
aliens.
standards, then they're
Son,
not
after
that
nailing an
dangerous.
alien, you can never go back to Quail. What? You think you can get one of those?
Look
That
at
is
that
swap
alien head, it looks like an 811. What the hell?
Line your blind with lead to fool their sensing machines. Lay real quiet and wait. Preferably in the woods around the nuclear base. Oh, they love messing around out there.
Why not wait outside your field, Clem? Wait for 'em to come a-carving.
Oh, they do their crop doodles with zap guns, you darn fool. Don't you know nothing? Besides, ain't no place to put the blind out in the field. Now, you listen to Clem Parsons if you want to tag an unearthly being. Lay across the void, wondering what lies beyond, all the time not knowing.
What
that
the
awaits
hell
on
is
this
wrong with this guy?
buckshot.
I'm just gonna back up slowly
Anytime,
and
Steve.
wave. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. These guys are weird. Let's see. Potsdam residence. Oh, isn't this where Stephanie, my fiancée, is supposed to live? So let's go and see her.
There he is, my future son-in-law.
Oh,
and how's
my
he
God.
doing today? What brings him to the Potsdam household? Huh? Huh?
Hi, Dad.
Oh, you'll have to ask the missus about that. Stephanie's grounded to the wedding.
Oh, this doesn't
Can't have her
sound
changing her mind at the
old.
last minute.
Sound-
Not with all that
What
meat
the
at stake.
kinda... What kind of painting or photo does he have about the couch? Is that him holding a huge slab of meat?
I haven't seen my father. He's locked in a room. I hear him moaning, but that's all.
He's not going to die, is he?
Like I said, I don't know.
Maybe you could
That
eat him.
woman, Mom, tends to him herself.
Well, next time you see him, be sure to tell him that I said hello. And tell him that I'm praying for his speedy recovery.
This.
Also,
Let me
remind
guess.
him about the meat.
This guy has an
Especially
obsession
about
with
the
meat,
meat.
doesn't he?
Yeah, fine. If I see him.
You should be more concerned. If he dies, then who's going to take over the slaughterhouse? Who's going to tend to the meat?
I
as his
begin to
son,
see
you
ulterior
take
motives for the marriage here.
right? I can't imagine a better job than working in a
I'm sure you
slaughterhouse.
couldn't. Let's not
Sure, it'd be
speak
just
against this
dandy.
guy.
And you can't argue with success. Everyone in Harvest gets their meat from your dad.
Oh, Leonardo.
What a grand business to go into. Oh, sure. Cutting animals open may not be much fun.
That depends on the
Reaching into their
person.
bodies and yanking out the bloody guts, intestines
Yeah, it
dangling
really
and
sounds like
slapping
you don't
against
like
you.
it.
The smell of death and shit in your nostrils all the time. Well, those are all definite cons. But once you're done, the guts have been washed into the gutters. What are you left with? Meat. Rows and rows of scrumptious red meat.
You sound like a really upstanding person that I would really like to have as my future father-in-law.
Meat is the foundation of any decent society.
Of course
Everyone
it is.
needs at least 3 servings of red meat a day. And anyone who says otherwise is a commie. And once you're married to Stephanie, I'll be part of the family too. And your father will give me all the meat I
Let
want.
me guess, the postmaster didn't want to give you an
Kind of
application
makes
as well.
up for not getting into the
But you're
lodge.
just sitting on your ass instead of trying to talking with people and find objects in order to get into the lodge.
Well, don't look at me. Mrs. Potsdam wants Stephanie to study hard for her finals. If it was up to me, you could go straight upstairs, but you know, the little woman, you'll have to ask her permission to see Stephanie. Sorry, Steve. The last thing I want to do is upset you and your father before the wedding. Not with the meat at stake.
Yes, I
You
will remind
your dad
him.
about the meat.
You'll
And
get
what's
your
you?
meat.
Tell me about this wedding.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to hold the wedding down at the funeral parlor, since I'm not a member of the lodge.
What a romantic wedding!
Mr. Moynihan has given his okay, and your father is going to cater
this
the
sounds
affair.
better and better
plenty
all the
of meat.
freaking time. With meat, maybe taken from the morgue. This is gonna be... Ugh.
Why are you so anxious to get into the lodge?
Let me guess, there's meat there.
There's wonders inside.
Yeah,
I've
of
heard
course.
there's more meat in there than they know what to do. Now that you're of age, Steve, you might go down to the post office and fill out a lodge application. They're always looking for new blood.
New blood. This. The man of the house squeezing his meat. Oh, this is so good. Funeral urn. Let's go and see. There's my future
Hello,
mother-in-law.
Steve. Have you flossed today?
Yeah, that was.
Honestly, you men can insult a woman without even knowing you've done it. What a horrible thing to say.
You're both standing around baking cookies. Same cut of dress. Same pearls. So bizarre.
Look at this kitchen.
There's
It's
nothing
horrid.
bizarre about baking cookies. The Harvest Charity Bake Sale is Friday, you know, and by gosh, Mrs. Marvin Potsdam Jr. can be counted on to do her share. Just because I'm doing housework doesn't mean I have to be a drudge. It's a wife's duty to look good for her husband at all times. What's wrong with wearing pearls, for heaven's sake?
Nothing, but you look like June Cleaver. Some kind of sitcom mom.
Sitcom?
Jeez, you know, a situation comedy. The weird part is, I can't remember how
Yeah,
I...
it's the, like,
I'm much
amnesia
too
thing
busy with
is
housework
really
to watch TV. Maybe Mr. Potsdam would know about sitcoms. Stephanie doesn't watch TV, though. She's grounded. You mustn't be too hard on Mr. Potsdam, Steve. He's a disappointed man. No matter how many lodge admission forms he fills out, they keep turning him down. He has a new application in, though.
So keep your fingers crossed. If he joins the lodge, you and Stephanie can have your wedding in the Chapel of Love rather than over at
What's the Chapel of Love gonna be like? Have some extra candles on lined up skulls?
What can you tell me about the lodge?
Just that they're exclusive and secretive. If you're curious, you ought to pick up a lodge application at the post office and take it over to the Sergeant-at-Arms. Isn't that a thought? Forget Mr. Potsdam. If you became a member of the Order, we could hold the wedding inside the lodge. My, wouldn't that be lovely?
I'm sure it would be.
Tell me about this wedding.
Well, it's set for 3 weeks. We're holding it over at Shady Oaks, Mr. Moynihan's funeral parlor.
Say what?
Now, I know it's not a very romantic place, but there's nowhere else to hold it, thanks to Mr. Potsdam.
That son of a bitch.
Mr. Moynihan runs the
too
Wayward
busy with
Hotel
his
and the Shady Oaks funeral parlor. It's rumored he has connections with the lodge, but the Order keeps that kind of thing secret. So Mr. Potsdam has tried to get him to put in a good word for his lodge application, but so far...
Not good, huh? Must be because he's too busy with his meat.
You mustn't be too hard.
Yeah.
Give my regards.
Minty fresh look and scent. Bushes are preventing it from opening. How nice.
Hello, dear.
Yeah,
She's upstairs. Go right on up. Just remember,
Yay!
she's grounded until the wedding.
Let's go
Give my
see my fiance. Which door leads to... Examine the thing! It's, you know, one of those things. Your makeup looks just fine. Oh, good. I was worried that my mascara was running. Shoes! Closet. Rubber ducky! This kind of reminds me of Clock Tower. The dripping. Of an aluminium siding. Operate the toilet. Yay! Feels like coarse sandpaper and it's painful to wipe with this stuff. She's pretty. Vitamins. Tampons. Let's take those. Toothpaste. Floss. 300 yards. Band-aids. I want the band-aids. I can pick up tampons, but I can't get band-aids? Yeast disinfectant not to be used for baking cookies. Ooh, I didn't need to know that. I certainly hope it's, you know, oral. Hope it's not Stephanie's. This is rather unsettling. Is there a plant in the corner there? Ooh! Okay? So I guess that's the girl I'm gonna marry. Really risky. We saw a little more than we do during swim lessons at school or something like that. Then again, this town is crazy. I bet it's like segregation between the sexes. She has a nice taste. That's good to know. Okay,
Who are you? What are you doing in my room?
Oh, she's
Haven't you
got
heard? We're getting
amnesia
married.
too.
So, you're the one. Steve, isn't
Somebody
it?
else who
You mean
knows that something crazy is
You
going
don't
on.
know me?
I mean, I don't know anyone. I don't remember anything. How many times do I have to say it?
Just
Let's
one,
get out of
Stephanie,
here.
because I can't remember a damn thing either.
Really? Oh God, I thought it was
We
just
have
me.
something to bond over.
You're not
Let's
alone.
have sex.
Can you tell me what's going on here?
Those people downstairs have locked me in my room. They say I'm grounded until the wedding.
Those people and their meat.
They claim to be my parents. I can't dispute it because I can't remember for sure one way or the other, but it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where you do belong?
No,
Not in here.
but I'm fairly sure I don't belong in Harvest.
Yeah. I can't remember anything, but I feel in my heart that the woman downstairs is not my mother. She's like this thing, like a parody, a bad joke with mother as the punchline.
At least Stephanie isn't
Does
stupid.
that make any sense?
She makes a lot of sense.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees it that way. I thought I was going crazy.
Join the club. But we can't both be crazy, Stephanie.
I think
Either way, something really weird is going on
the
here.
chances
I've got
make-
to escape, and so do you. Because in a way, whether you know it or not, I think we're both grounded. It's been hell. They treat me well, but they won't let me leave this room. Not even to go out in the yard. Not until the wedding.
They won't tell you why?
Each one blames the other for grounding me. They make up different excuses. Different things I did, none of which I remember. So I sit up here, watch the world outside my window, and listen to the noises in the house.
Meat noises.
Every morning, a weird boy comes to the house and picks up the paper. He doesn't deliver the paper. He picks up scrap paper that Miss Potsdam sets out on the porch for him. Some mornings she forgets, and the boy gets furious. He gives me the creeps.
Yeah, he's
Anything
gotta
else you
done
can tell me?
something.
I hear these weird scraping sounds in the bathroom sometimes. Like something is sliding along the wall.
Oh.
Claws, maybe. And Mr. Potsdam. I don't like the way my dear daddy looks at me. Both of them are always watching me.
Yeah,
Especially
he likes
him.
meat.
You don't think they're dangerous, do you?
I think this whole place is dangerous. I think we've got to escape before it's too late.
Let's ask about the
Everything in
lodge.
Harvest seems to revolve around this damned lodge.
No
This
kidding.
Order of the Harvest Moon. They're responsible for this insane bake sale that's coming, and for the Harvest Blood Drive, too.
Harvest blood
When
drive?
people talk about the lodge, it's always in this hushed, reverent tone. Mom keeps telling me that women can't join, but she keeps pressuring me to get you to join.
She's not the only one who wants me to sign on with the lodge.
That's probably the worst thing you could do.
You think the lodge is some kind of trap?
Oh,
I think all of
duh.
Harvest is a trap.
If that's true, maybe joining the lodge is the way out.
Look,
What kind of logic
why not
is that?
explore the town a little? I can't get out of here, but if I could, that's what I'd do. Maybe you can figure out what's happening here without going anywhere near the lodge.
You're really afraid of the lodge, aren't you?
I look at that building, all lit up at night, and I get scared. I mean, look at the damn thing. Seem like a harmless bunch of Masons to you?
Nah.
The wedding is only 3 weeks away. Not much time to get to know each other, is it?
Oh.
No,
If it comes down to it, we just won't take the vows.
I don't think anything in Harvest is that simple. Too many people are determined that we get hitched.
Why?
Potsdam wants the meat your father promised him. Your parents want to force you to settle down. Mrs. Potsdam wants to have the wedding in the lodge. Me?
Yeah, this
I
is
just
the town of
want to
crazy
escape.
people.
Escape?
Harvest is a prison, Steve. Don't forget that.
I didn't figure that out on myself.
You haven't been locked in your room for a week. Maybe my amnesia isn't total after all. You're familiar to me. Like we've met before. In another life.
Maybe we really do live here. Maybe we were together, and the same thing happened to both of us. An accident. Something.
Neither of us has bumps on our heads, if that's what you're getting at.
Have you been able to remember anything else? Anything at all?
Well, I have had these recurring dreams.
Yeah, keep on telling
Just
me.
fragments, really. Strange, abstract images. Liquid, chrome.
Probably just a dream.
Well, have you thought about how to escape Harvest?
Okay, let's go
Come back
check
and visit
out.
me soon, okay?
Yeah, let's figure out something. Pink radiator. That's nice. At least we know that Mr. Potsdam is a freaking perv. Was that a rat? Ew. Let's head out and leave this. Let's check out more of the neighborhood. Abandoned house. Nice wasps. This is perfect nesting ground for wasps. Yeah, something tells me that we're not supposed to go closer. Johnson's. Hello, Mr.
Hello,
Johnson.
Steve. How's the husband to be?
Look at his
Other
eyes.
than having
He
no
looks like
memory, I
he's
guess I'm
crazy.
alright.
All right. You should be ecstatic, considering what you're getting into. If you haven't gotten into it already.
These people
Speaking
are
of which,
fucking
I heard
pervs.
Stephanie was grounded. Her daddy's worried about getting his meat. Though if I were him, I'd be more concerned about
These
Stephanie
guys are
getting some meat.
fucking creepy.
Right. And you are...
You always were a kidder, Steve. I'm Mr. Johnson, remember? Glad you stopped by. Just got finished waxing the tucker. I could use a little relaxation. But since Edna's not here, I might as well talk to you.
Who's Edna?
Edna Fitzpatrick is one of the snootiest women in town. I declare there isn't a woman in Harvest that turned me away.
I want to bet
If I was
against that.
interested, that is. Just because she owns DNAs, she's got all these highfalutin ideas about independence. And her with a little girl to raise. That child needs a father.
What the
And Edna,
fucking
well, she
hell?
needs a good, hard penis.
I get it, you're a freaking perv.
What makes you so sure she needs a penis?
Because she
You
wants to
saying
fuck you
Edna's
up the
getting it
ass.
from someone else? Like maybe that damn Sheriff Dwayne?
Somebody's
He's over
not
at
a
DNA's
little
every day
insecure
from
at
noon
all.
to 1, eating his dadgum pie. And I got a feeling he'd like Edna for dessert. Sure, it's the only diner in town, but I'm sure he's got more on his mind than food.
This guy is fucking psycho.
I'll admit DNA's done it does good business. But money isn't everything to a woman. Can money keep you warm
I
at
am
night?
beginning to understand why
You wrap
Stephanie
your
wants to get
thighs
the
around
hell
it,
out of this town
Rake
now.
bloody gashes in its back with your painted holland fingernails. Edna! Edna! So, how's Stephanie?
Okay. You're not
Speaking of
creeping me
Stephanie,
out at all.
I still haven't gotten an invitation to the wedding
Wanna
yet.
be my
I
best
don't
man?
have anything to do with that.
That's okay. Personally, I'd prefer a pass to the honeymoon. You could use the back
Oh
seat
my
of my
god,
Tucker for
this
the
is so
maiden
fucking
voyage.
creepy.
It's plenty big. Believe you me. I'd
No.
drive you around. And I wouldn't look in the back seat. I
Uh-huh.
guarantee it. Though if you'd like to come up front and take the
Oh
wheel
yeah,
a while,
sure.
I wouldn't say nay.
That look on his face along with it. Oh my god. I want
Heck
to
of an
smash his head in.
automobile, isn't she? Damn shame I have to sit out here and watch over her all the time. But if I didn't, those stupid kids might scratch her up playing ball. Don't see why not, but don't touch her. I'm mighty particular about my Tucker. I had the garage remodeled like a fortress, so I could lock her up at night and get some sleep.
I'm sure she's safe enough inside.
A few months back, someone broke into my house, trying to get into the garage. I had to gripe like hell before the sheriff agreed to start the evening patrols and instigate the curfew.
Oh my god. Let's see.
Karen's only 5 years old. Since Mr. Fitzpatrick passed away, in Edna's arms and legs, I might add, Edna's been raising
That's the
Karen
sound of
alone.
myself face palming
What a
at
shame.
the
To
creepiness
deprive a
of
little
this
girl
guy.
of a positive male role model.
Yeah, you're a real
and her
positive
mama
male
of a
role
fine,
model,
stiff
alright.
peanuts.
I don't want to talk about your penis like anymore. Sorry.
Bye now.
Bye, creepy person. Just manhole cover. Nasty stench. Yeah, this guy seems like a real upstanding citizen. Cemetery. Ah, this is combined with the lodge. Here lies Boxcar Willie. Robert Williams. May your fantasies be forever gory. Ooh, lightning. Very, very frightening indeed. Galileo. Not even glue could save him. Rest in peace, Elmer. Scotty Bacon. Shall rest easy without you. These are so nice. Another unknown visitor. Yeah, this is a nice town with aliens. Unmarked. Picnic table! Because the cemetery is really the best place for romantic getaways. With the thunder and lightning and the unmarked gravestones of random aliens here and there. Yeah. Marble doors. Because this place does not look, suspicious at all. Potsdam family crypt? Bet there's lots of meat in there. I bet we shall climb this tree later sometime. I can't go over this way. Okay, this thunder is kind of loud in my ears. Yeah, this place is really nice. Okay, mortuary. And then there's the symbol again. An empty coterie. Candles! with a lot of matches. Schedule of this week's funerary events. Jonathan A. Rhinecliffe. Oh, I picked up the ledger. Oh, good, because it might come in handy, you know. Might never know. Hello, Mr. Abraham Lincoln.
Stephen,
Who are you?
I am Daniel Moynihan, mortician and
He looks like a
proprietor of the Wayward
magician.
Hotel.
Most people ask me why I don't remember their names.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Besides, as one who deals with the dead, I try not to involve myself in
You
the
look
affairs of the
especially
living.
a lot like the gatekeeper.
Your loss of memory is of no concern to me, true or false. Ironic, considering my recent involvement in a charity event.
What are you talking about?
My complaints were central to the scheduling of the upcoming Harvest Bake Sale. I'm gratified the Order of the Harvest Moon got involved. The proceeds will certainly help cover my losses.
This guy doesn't
This
seem
bake sale is a
suspicious at
joint
all.
effort of the Harvest PTA and the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Because
The
primary
proceeds will be
schools
used to set up
and
a fund for
scary
transients.
cults
In
go
other
hand in
words,
hand.
bums and societal rejects without families who wander into Harvest uninvited.
Then the Order is setting up shelters for the homeless?
No, we didn't
Not
say
shelters.
that.
Graves.
Oh,
You see a great number of these hobos die while passing through. Don't ask me
What
why,
the-
it's what those people do.
this
Use your
town
common
has
sense, Stephen,
bad
memory or no.
Shit insane.
If they were involved in setting up homeless shelters, then why would I be involved? And why would I be sustaining losses?
Because it's the right thing to do, you know? This...
As always, the Order of the Harvest Moon has taken the lead in addressing our societal ills. Through their sponsorship of the blood drive and the bake sale, the lodge ensures that all our needs are met.
Needs. Such as...
Neat.
Pardon me, there are corpses to prepare. And my losses have been substantial of late. If you're sincerely interested in the Order, however, you should stop by the lodge and speak with the Sergeant-at-Arms.
He's my
Why
twin
should I be interested,
brother.
Mr. Moynihan?
Of all the spots in Harvest, the lodge is the most prominent, literally and figuratively. It is the ambition
The
of
order
everyone here
of
to join.
batshit insane.
And join you must to attain wisdom.
What kind of wisdom?
If I knew, I'd be a member. I have the feeling you have what it takes to join the Order, Stephen.
And
We
people
all
are
believe
pressuring
that.
me to join, but they're not making
Whether
it
or not
easy.
you live up to your potential is up to you.
And I get the feeling that this guy is not gonna help me.
This bake sale is a joint effort of the
Then the...
Okay, I've
Not
already asked about that. Losses.
It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station come to Harvest to die. They simply drop dead, penniless, and they all need burials. God knows, by putting these people up at the Wayward Hotel, I do more than my fair share.
He looks
So why must I
angry
pay
there.
for the coffins and burial materials as well? My losses to the dead are substantial. Hopefully the bake sale will offset some of them.
Let's ask
As
about
owner of the only
hotel.
hotel in town, I do my best to accommodate any hobo who straggles into town, vacancies permitting. I really don't recall.
Sure
We
you
get so many
don't.
low-life dregs passing through here, I can't remember every little death that occurs.
No,
Huh.
because deaths
Are there that many?
are so
As
normal.
I said, sliced open on a mortician's slab, every corpse looks the same.
Looks like
Red
he's grinning.
and juicy.
But surely you'd remember if these deaths were an unusual occurrence.
You sound like you're launching some sort of investigation, Stephen. That would be most unwise. It seems that, like some elephant's graveyard, people of low station... God knows, by putting these...
Bye.
I'd say it's been a pleasure, but I find the company of the living so wearisome.
Yes, that sounds so nice. Bloody handprints are smeared across the glass. And how the hell did the blood get up to these places? Glue.
You can't have that, Stephen. I need it for my work.
No.
And may I say you're a rude young man for attempting to steal it.
I was only gonna borrow.
Indeed. And have you...
Security.
I'm afraid that's not good enough. I need that glue for my work. You
What
must
the-
present me with something significant if you'd have me part with it.
Why can't I have the glue? Sam, oops, he spilled. Looks like his feet are green. This a disembodied organ which was never meant to pump formaldehyde. This is those sounds. Let's see.
Why should I care about...
Because cough medicines, aspirin, newspaper, quarter, pen, tampons. You can use them too.
Why should I care about...
You can. They're useful. Okay, the mortuary ledger then.
Why should I...
Okay, then I'll get the damn glue later. Bastard. What kind of funeral lodge has these things? This doesn't look suspicious at all. Saint kneels before shepherd, jubilantly terrified. Empty vessel for the dead. This is a really nice place to have a wedding. No, we could hold the reception in the, morgue.
Please excuse the mess. They've done wonders with the upstairs bedroom, but this garage defies color coordination.
Pink fire truck.
Sorry,
Stereotypes
Steve.
era.
After I'm through here, I've got cleaning to do. Rush, rush.
This is so fucking sick. Oh my. This. It's. I can totally see why some people get, fantasies about firemen when this is what they're shown to do. Saliva is foaming from his barking chops.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do!
Oh my god! This...
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the House of Flame, as we like to call it. Oh, cut it out, Spot, honestly. Once he gets barking, a good piece of meat is the only way to shut him up.
Everybody wants meat.
There you go, Spot.
Oh my god. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
So, Steve, bet you don't remember me. Heard about that short in the old wiring. I'm Fire Marshal Sparky, head of your fire department.
Oh, gee.
Please, it's not the subject, it's the process. Don't be such a party.
Ooh, that is really good art.
Besides, we haven't had a fire in Harvest since the newspaper building burned down. Though I'll admit that the Wasp Woman's place is one big accident waiting to happen. Isn't that right,
Somebody
Spot?
lives in that abandoned house? Thank you for the input, Spots. This...
Art enriches the community, Steve. No less than a pulsing fire hose, or a fireman beating down a blazing door. So what if we're drawing a nude man? So what if all we ever draw is a nude man, or the same nude man over and over in all sorts of provocative positions? Context, not content. Process, not subject. Don't be so ghosty, it's beneath you.
Well, I'm not gonna comment on what's beneath you. Because I don't want to
A
imagine it,
dreadful
really.
affair. You wouldn't think that a brick and steel building with a sprinkler system could go up that quickly. Art enriches the community, Steve. No le- Some people think all we do is sit around, fetching examples of manhood for our own amusement.
Yeah, it does
Nothing
look
could be
like it.
further from the truth. Why, just the other day we cited Ted to a crumb for fire code violations. All the dried out paper wasp nests clustered around our wooden house. Why, it's a chem log just waiting for the right faggot. Believe me, none of us wants to see another fiasco like the Sentinel fire.
This game is gonna make difficult for me to sleep.
Can't talk now, Steve.
But for other reasons than, you know, horror.
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave. This is... What kind of fire station is this?
Stop it! You're messing me up!
I'm messing him up.
I don't converse on the job.
This is... What the hell? Okay, let's see more of this crazy town. I know this is strange to say, but I found a place that actually worse than Silent Hill. Let's head into the hotel. Wait, he really got it quickly. Door is locked.
Young man, we really have nothing to say to each other. I have the feeling your image shall soon adorn my slab. And I'd rather not know the face of the meat I'm slicing. You know, I seem to have misplaced a ledger. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Nope.
How strange. You're the only visitor I've had in I can't imagine what else could have happened to it. Perhaps the dead walk again when they're hungry for literature. At any rate, should any of them show those ledgers around, they'll wish they'd stayed in their graves. I'd say it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I find your company worrisome as well.
Young man, we really have... I'd say...
Let's examine those ledgers.
Well, that didn't work. Okay.
Jar of Oralube. Vitamins, cough medicine, aspirin. Yeah, this place looks... Newspaper building. This place looks really nice. Sounded pipes. Plumbing. Let's go to the police station. Too busy writing a bug report. Stars and stripes forever! Is the sheriff wearing pink?
Hello, Steve.
No.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Sheriff Dwayne, and this here's Loomis.
Pleasure, I reckon.
Then, we haven't met before?
Of course we have. But I heard about your alleged amnesia and figured I'd play along.
How nice of you.
I sure hope this is just a prank and not the start of some insanity plea. Keep your nose clean or you'll wind up in jail, and that's no place to hold a wedding.
Yeah, because the funeral home really is the perfect place to host one.
Why do you want to break your poor mama's heart with all this amnesia bunk?
I'm
Because
telling you
she's
the
psycho.
truth. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you've always been a kidder, Steve.
Yeah, so everybody keeps telling me.
Boy, you need to stop all this funning and get serious. You've got a wedding coming up soon. Heck, you should be thinking about your career and about joining the
You
lodge.
too? Not about getting a summer job, but no, join the lodge, join the lodge. It's totally not suspicious at
Amnesia
all.
or no, you can't have forgotten you're about to marry the prettiest little thing in Harvest. I think you and Stephanie are perfect for each other. I just hope her father's disappointment doesn't spoil everything.
Disappointment?
Mr. Potsdam wants to hold the wedding in the lodge, but he'll never get in. Like all the rest, he's always hanging around the post office the first day of the month, waiting for Boyle to bring out that month's lodge applications. And there's always a long line, never enough applications.
Oh man.
I don't mind
over
telling
it.
you, I'd never get anything
it.
done if not for the lodge's efforts. To join the Order of the Harvest Moon is the highest dream of everyone in Harvest.
Everybody who's crazy.
Like I said, unless you get an application on the first day of the month, you're generally out of luck. Stop by the post office and talk to Postmaster Boyle. You never know. He might have a spare application laying around. Amnesia or no,
Disappoint.
Mr. Potsdam wants to hold the wedding in the... And there's always a long line, never
Let's
enough
see.
applications to go around, and even if you do get an application, chances are you're right out of luck. Fewer called to the order and even less accepted. And Potsdam, well, they've turned him down so many times, unless he does something radical,
Like, stop
he'll
talking
never
about
get
meat,
in.
maybe? Let's see. Crime.
Crime-wise, nothing much has happened in Harvest since the newspaper fire. Oh, sure. Every week or so, we get the odd transient dropping dead.
Yeah,
But other
because
than
dead
that,
people are really none
it gets
of
pretty
your
slow
concern.
around here.
And death is really not that
Sure.
big.
You remember? The Sentinel building burned down about 6 months ago.
Of
That's
course
what
I
I'm
remember.
telling you, Sheriff. I don't remember anything. Why won't you believe I have amnesia?
Well, you've always been a kidder, Steve. Anyway, the fireman said the
Maybe
fire
it
was
was
caused by
me who
arson.
did the fire.
I never caught the perp, though.
But we found the gas can that was used. Yes, sirree, Bob. It's in the evidence
Let
room.
me get the
Loomis,
can.
that's classified. Darn it.
What
How
else
many
is classified?
times you gonna have to tell me to keep my mouth shut, I wonder? Sorry, boss.
You've got the gas can in the evidence room? Did you dust it for prints?
You've been watching too much TV, Steve. Heck, who can make out
Oh
all
my
those curly
God.
lines anyhow?
These people.
No, it's sitting in there gathering dust, clean as the day we
These
found it.
people are
Just in case I
fucking-
ever need a spare gas can. That case is closed, Steve.
This is...
Loomis here is my deputy. Without him, I'd have a hard time keeping the peace, or at least taking a lunch break.
We're
Mainly
babbling
Loomis
about
answers the
classified
phone
stuff.
and babysits the office while I'm out. Though sometimes he likes to go in the back and stain the jail mattress.
Oh!
Isn't that right, Loomis?
Oh, now, Sheriff, what you gotta go and say that for?
Loomis has more than his share of problems. I wouldn't invite him to the wedding. Or if you do, make sure he doesn't catch the garter. That could be embarrassing.
Oh, I wouldn't do nothing, Dwayne. but I sure would like a little garter that'd been around Stephanie's thigh. Oh, why, that'd be right
These
special.
people are all, you know. Let's ask about transients.
We get a lot of bums, drifters passing through Harvest. Those people are never very healthy to start with. I figured they come to our fair
At
town,
least they're more
look around
mentally
and
sound
decide it's a
than
nice
people in
place
the
to die.
city are.
You mean they drop dead here on a regular basis?
Like flies. I'd slap them all in jail if I could, but there's never enough room. Besides, they're pretty good about not sticking around long. Sure, it's a burden on Mr. Barnahan, though, having to bury them all. I only hope the PTA Lodge bake sale will help out along those lines.
Bake sale to help found funerals.
Now, that's a place you don't want to wind up, boy. We've got a 3 strikes and you're out rule here in Harvest. You get arrested the 3rd time, you never get out of jail alive. So don't go committing any crimes, boy. Amnesia,
Wait,
no.
does this mean that I
I'll lock you
already
up
have
pronto.
committed 2 crimes? Was that his name?
Say what?
No.
Why do you want to
I'm telling you the truth.
Well,
Yeah, so everybody...
boy, you need to stop all this funning and get serious. You've got a wedding coming up soon. Heck, you should be thinking about your career and about joining the lodge.
Of course.
Stop on by any time, Steve.
Coffee! Map of Harvest. Unsolved arson and it's full.
That's the evidence room, where we store items lifted from crime scenes. It's kept locked at all times. There's things in there that could make people jump through hoops, if I wanted.
Yep.
Anything I can help you with?
Coffee.
Help yourself. Speaking of which, you're real lucky to be marrying Stephanie. She don't look like a good woman. I just hope she don't turn out like Mrs. Loomis, or mercy forbid Mrs. Phelps. Good women can be awful hard on a man's needs, don't you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh darn, she's pretty. Kinda like a gal
You're talking
I seen
about the
on
girl I'm
some
supposed
of
to
them
marry
friend
now, you creep.
postcards they used to make. Used to be, I'd take them things, go back into jail if nobody was there, and kind of
Is
look them
everybody
over
in this place a
one-handed.
goddamn pervert?
Hold some towels. That was before Mrs. Loomis.
Oh, this is...
Oh gosh, I wish I had some of them girly pictures, but Mrs. Loomis won't let me keep them in the house.
Because you
Still
fuck up the
remember
mattresses,
time
you
she
fucktard.
caught me holding some of them pictures up with one hand. She took the broom to me. I howled like a hound dog, the broom going up and down, flashing straw and blood and straw, and I drooped. I was crying so bad, and it was so hard I had to crawl under the porch naked with all the black widow spiders, and I got bit something fierce. Little fangs digging into my bare behind all over.
How is this shit?
I ask you, is that any way to treat a man? And Mrs. Phelps and the sheriff don't make it no
She really
easier
takes
neither.
the mattresses seriously, doesn't she?
Mrs. Phelps down at the general store don't help things none. She's got them special picture books, the one with the ladies. But she won't sell me none on account of she knows my wife, Mrs. Loomis. Dad scum if that don't burn my britches. If and I even ask about him, she tells Mrs. Loomis and I can get
Damn
the
them
broom.
women folk.
Enough to break a man's heart. Her burning my French postcards and we unable
There's
to
this
replace
thing
them.
called the internet.
A man's got
You might
needs,
want to check
don't
it
you
out,
know?
okay?
Why, you sure ought to appreciate what a man's got to do sometimes in a parked car or a waist-high knothole in a tree or jail cell at noon.
What?
Matter of fact, Mrs. Phelps got no reason not to sell you some of them
Let's get the guy some porn.
picture books. If you can get any, and see clear to part with them, bring them round when the sheriff's at lunch, and I'd be obliged.
Okay, let's get him his
Of
French
course, I
postcard.
don't necessarily mean French postcards. That's just what we called them in my day. Any kind of girly picture book, the kind men like, would be just dandy. I'd be right grateful, kiddo, if you were to bring me one.
Yeah, let's get the guy his porn.
Anytime, kiddo.
This is... Okay, let's go to the diner. Motorcycle, 1955. DNA's diner, yeah. Mr. Johnson is really, really smart.
Oh, Steve, what are you doing sneaking up on me like that? God, for a second I thought you were Mr. Johnson. What would you like to order?
A big penis!
Sure. And my name's Edna Fitzpatrick. I'm not the one with amnesia.
Then
Why
you believe
did
me.
the sheriff
Well, you
get
always were
her
a kidder,
that quickly?
Steve.
I guess I've changed. I'm not kidding.
Now, Steve, faking amnesia won't help
This
anything.
is serious business.
If you don't
Just
want
look
to
at my
marry
face.
Stephanie, then don't. But don't play sick, for heaven's sake. I'd expect that from Karen, not an 18-year-old. You've met Karen, my 8-year-old. Other than the diner, she's all I have.
Oh, look at that adorable little girl playing with her dolly. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to her over the course of this game.
There isn't a nicer girl in Harvest than Stephanie, Steve. You should be grateful that she's promised you her hand.
I don't remember that happening, Edna.
Honestly, you men are so childish. I don't know what it is about marriage that turns even the bravest man into a coward. I was going to marry Karen's father when he just up and ran out on me one night. I heard that he joined the lodge, but if he did, I never saw him come out again. Even Sheriff Twain wasn't able to find out what happened to him.
The lodge happened.
Mr. Johnson has a liking for me. I call it a crush, but that's too innocent a word. He's
Let's
a
just
bitter
face it,
man
he's
with
a
too much
creepy
time on his
stalker.
hands. He's never gotten over being rejected by the lodge, and there's something unwholesome in the way he looks at me. I'm always glad when the sheriff comes in every day at noon.
Because he's an upstanding citizen as
The
well, I
lodge
bet.
is the repository of all wisdom. You should join the Order of the Harvest Moon, Steve, and soon.
I am not brainwashed at all.
For God's
Just listen
sake,
to
what
the
is
way
it
I
about
talk.
this place?
The wheat ripens and waits not for the scythe. The farmer who waits too long, it were better that he use the scythe to rip his own stomach out than to stay his side when the wheat ripens.
Well, that escalated
The
quickly.
harvest moon wanes and then comes winter. An empty belly, the body sun's belly, gurgling within or bloody on the ground. What does it benefit a man if he gains his soul and loses the world? You hunger. Feed yourself before it's too late. Oh.
Edna?
It sounded a bit...
What happened?
Yep.
Were
Just
we
your
talking about
average little mountain town.
Or was it Karen?
In this
You seemed
quiet
strange there
mountain
for a
town.
minute.
I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress. Running this diner all alone. Forgive me. You've met Karen.
Yeah, I did. Let's skip her.
Stop by.
Hello there, Steve. Here for lunch?
Hello
No,
again. We
just
just talked.
here looking around, though I'm not entirely sure where here is.
Oh, I forgot. You're playing your little amnesia prank. Well, boy, this is DNA's diner. Isn't that right, Edna?
Don't listen to Sheriff Dwayne. This is Edna's diner. But ever since the E burned out on the sign, they've been giving me a hard time.
Now, don't be like that, Edna. It's a great place to eat, which is good, since it's the only place to eat in Harvest. Stop on by.
Hi, what's your name?
Karen,
What are you doing?
playing. My mom is working, so I gotta stay out of her hair. Wanna play?
Not now, maybe later.
Okay.
No, I don't want to
Bye
play with
bye.
you since this is a horror game and you're not supposed to talk with cute kids. Or screwdriver. Town is a bit screwy indeed. Nothing else? What about these things? Oh well, at least I got a screwdriver. Is there anything else? Nothing else I can look at. Okay, cover. I gotta get behind the counter. Smoke alarm! Ah, maybe I have to cause an alarm here later. Let's leave this fucked up place. Let's see. Gain Memorial School.
Steve, good of you to drop by, big guy. Haven't seen you since graduation. A lot of changes, I hear.
You could say that.
Good, good. That's the nice part of my job. Turning fine young men and women out into the world, and then watching them prosper. Of course, I was able to reach more people at the old Sentinel, God bless her. But then again, I never got to see the results of my work up close before.
Who are you?
You know very well I'm Mr. Harold, principal of Gain Memorial. Steve, I've heard about this amnesia nonsense. I had hoped you'd be in the lodge by now, fine young fellow like yourself.
Stop
But
talking
now,
about the
I think
fucking
maybe
lodge.
you need a little more
quality time.
Yeah, even the principal of the school is a freaking pervert. That sounds good.
Boy, I sure miss the old newspaper. The sheriff never did investigate that fire properly.
You don't say.
Call it a newspaper man's instinct. Though I can't imagine why Sheriff Dwayne would cover up anything.
Because he's a
I
lazy
mean, the
prick.
only ones who stood to profit from the newspaper going out of business was the owner of the TV station. And Mr. McKnight had an airtight alibi. Still, if not for the fire, I never would have wound up as principal of Gein Memorial.
Gein Memorial.
What are your qualifications?
Sounds like a cemetery or a hospital, not a school.
This institution was named for a great man, whose first name escapes me. He epitomized the great potential within us all, big guy. I hear there's an honorary plaque commemorating him within the lodge.
The lodge.
Big guy, born some quality time. The greatest gift I can bestow upon you as your former principal is a word of advice. Join the Order of the Harvest Moon at any cost. Within the lodge lies your future, and without, dust.
Okay.
Why do you keep calling me big guy?
A sign of respect, lad. As principal, my station is higher than yours now, but you never know what the future holds.
Because
so
I
you
might
should always
join the
hedge your bets
lodge.
and pay tribute to your inferiors. You never know who will come to power, or who, even now, wields it behind the scenes. For all I know, you might already be a member of the Order, with access to the Lodge.
Of course
If that
I am.
were the case, you'd be my superior, and I'd be all that much
So
better
you're
off
not in the
having
Lodge.
shown you respect and spent some quality time with you.
I don't want to spend quality time with you. Sorry, but...
What do you mean, quality time?
Some, like Miss Whaley, favor stern discipline, corporal punishment, as a means of socialization. Myself, I temper discipline with love.
Nope, 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 nope,
Quality
nope,
time
nope,
can
nope,
be
nope,
such
nope,
a
nope,
warm,
nope.
sharing
Nope,
experience.
nope, nope, nope,
After
nope,
just
nope.
a few
Oh
sessions,
my god.
you'd stop this amnesia nonsense and become
No,
a productive
I need an
member of
adult.
society
I need an
and
adult.
a fit
This place
candidate
is
for the
fucked
Lodge.
up. Oh my god.
You turned out pretty good, except for that amnesia nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
Well, you always were a kidder, Steve. Maybe you need a little straightening out. Oh, the things I could do to you.
Nope, 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 nope,
You'd be
nope,
a
nope,
much
nope,
finer
nope,
young
nope,
man
better.
with just a little quality time.
You seemed like a nice person at first. Oh my god.
Drop in again soon. Adult education is a wonderful thing, as is adult
Fucking messed
quality time.
This... They let this guy be responsible. This fire alarm. Is that Judge Judy? It looks like Judge
My
Judy.
goodness, class,
Except
this
no.
is Stephen. He used to be a student here at Gein Memorial. Say hello, class. They're reticent. The educator's greatest problem today is the apathy of the students.
Or
What's
the
wrong
fucking
with her?
teachers.
Hits. I can tell you in one word, Stephen. Discipline. Thank goodness you
What's
weren't a
with their
sulky
heads?
bear. You were always a smiley bear.
Then you remember me?
Not as such. So many pupils, Stephen. They come and they go. But I can always spot those who were nice boys. You can tell from the forehead. The lobes. Right, class? I'm glad you stopped by, Stephen. Would you care to say a few words to the class about civic responsibility?
Not really. I was just passing through.
Oh, but you must, Stephen. A positive role model might be just the thing to inspire these little
Okay,
monsters.
listen to me, kids.
Stephen,
Get
have
the
you any
fuck
questions
out of
for
here.
me? Or shall I continue with class? Ask away then.
Can you tell me anything about Harvest?
Harvest was founded by the Order of the Harvest Moon about 100 years ago.
For what purpose?
Why,
Well,
I'm
fuck
sure
the
you'd have
purpose.
to ask them. You'll find the members of the Order at the Lodge.
And they're still alive now?
This lodge. What do you know about it?
The building itself, like Harvest, was constructed with a specific purpose in mind. That noble intent is known only to those within the Order. You're at about the right age to join them, Stephen, and you will do so if you care about your future. We don't practice corporal punishment here. I've never believed in that old adage, spare the rod and spoil the child. A rod is too thin, but a baseball bat, that bridges the generation gap quite nicely. Oh dear, Colonel Monroe is conducting another air raid drill. Everyone into the hallway, quick!
Oh my. This. Look.
If an A-bomb hits, what good is it gonna do to duck and cover?
Okay, this lady makes Professor Umbridge look sane.
My stars, that was exciting.
Bye, lady.
Stop
bye,
by anytime, Stephen.
Yes. Let's do that. She looks stunned and zombified. Let's talk about the lodge. This lady looks so like the teacher I want to have. Oh, but I want to use the fire alarm. This is the best school ever. I like this school. Why the heck? Yeah. Click on the sign to leave. That makes sense. A meat plant where my dad works. What's... Examine the tracks. Blood. Is that... Yeah, that looks like dogs. Why is there a marching band here? Yes, this looks like a real sanitary meat plant. And the music is so nice too.
Steve, how's your father? Is he better?
About the same, I guess.
He's been away from work for weeks, and when I call your house, your mother won't let me talk to him.
I haven't seen him either.
This is a fine kettle of fish, I must say. Though I am glad to see you taking an interest in the business in your dad's absence.
Who are you?
Aw, Steve, I didn't want to believe that amnesia hokum. Now you're saying you don't remember your pal Pat O'Reilly?
Mm-hmm.
You may come to realize that this business is not for everybody. Just ask your poor, ill dad. It takes dedication and a strong stomach. A lot of times, when I'm finished scrubbing up and digging the bits of intestine out from my fingernails, I must confess I don't have much appetite for red meat. But red meat is one of the principal food groups, and you've got to have it. So when you can do this all day and help yourself to a juicy red steak afterwards, then by golly, you can call yourself a butcher.
Indeed.
Of course, amnesia would certainly help that, wouldn't it?
Let's ask about Dad's illness.
What exactly is wrong with your dad?
I don't know.
I wouldn't worry about it too much, Steve. You should be thinking about running the family business one day. That, getting into the lodge.
It was only a matter of time before he would mention the lodge.
Look, I'm not kidding about the amnesia. Why won't anyone believe me?
Well, you always were such a kidder, Steve.
Funny how that's beginning to sound like a stock answer. Like it was coached.
You sure are acting like a kidder, son. With your dad ill, you're gonna need to start behaving like an adult. Especially if you're gonna take over the family business. Don't be such a stranger, Steve. And my best to your dad.
Bye-bye. Several small animals. Oh, this used to be a kitty cat? Oh my... Oh god. You fucking psycho. This is... Oh my god. It's kidding me, you bastard! That colonel is lacking his legs.
Who goes there?
And
they
he looks
tell me my name
constipated.
is Steve.
Call me
right.
Steve.
It's Section 21. Keep your distance, son. I wouldn't want to have to blow your head off.
That makes two of us.
So you're the amnesiac, huh? Just another draft-dodging ploy the way I see it. But at least you're not an alien. You see their ships every now and then. Sometimes Swell bags one in the woods.
Who are you?
Colonel Buster Monroe, commander of the Harvest Nuclear Missile Installation, keeping America safe from those who would dye our flag red, white, and pink.
These are nuclear missiles?
Goddamn right they are.
Every one of them ready to rain death on the Ruskies. All I gotta do is hit the button and blammo! The
Yeah,
price of
it
vodka
sounds
goes
like
through
the guy
the
we
roof,
want to.
along with the vodka.
Well,
Want
I
to
suppose
be
you
in
have,
charge of
you
nuclear
know,
missiles.
safeguards against accidents.
Safeguards? Don't be such a weak sister. There are no safeguards. This is the 50s.
Then you have sole control of the, missiles.
That's right. Been in charge here since WW2, when I got
I
my
feel
lower
really safe
torso
now.
shot off in the war. Those pennywaists in Washington wanted to stick me behind a desk. To hell with that. They owed me. I left my legs in Dusseldorf. They owed me. Of course, they felt that after the trauma of having to crawl from Germany to England trailing my intestines behind me, I was too emotionally unstable to continue in the military. That's why they gave me this nice cushy job and put me in charge of the nuclear missiles. Why are you asking about the button, son?
I'm just a little nervous about it. I mean, suppose an accident happens.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, mister. The button is perfectly safe. I keep it on my person all the time.
Oh, please don't trip.
No commie bastard is getting his mitts on this button. No siree, Bob. No one initiates a nuclear holocaust in Harvest except me.
And me later in the game.
That make you feel better? Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Maybe you're one of those pink-blooded Americans. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't shoot you right now?
Because I'm the main character in a game?
Right, huh? Your average commie bastard is always only too ready to hide behind the Constitution. Real Americans waive their rights for the common good.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
Yeah, sure. Just tell people to give up their right to bear arms. And see how American they are.
Spoken like a true pinko.
No! Oh fuck! I should have saved! What a glorious way to die! Oh fuck, I haven't saved in a while. Oh, I fucked up, didn't I? Glorious. I died for the first time. Go me! Oh fuck. I need to play this all over. Oh fuck. No, I'm all the way back here. Fuck me. Oh. Damn it. Oh, good going, Mette, good going. I fucked up. You know what? I think I'm gonna just stop streaming here, and then I'll play up to the point that I got to, and then I can pick up this way. Yeah, I'll stop streaming and then I'll or maybe I'll just go through this real quickly. Just click my... Well, at least I died in style.
There you... It might...
I'm just gonna...
This is...
Mary... Just click myself through.
I went into the wrong business, you see. If business falls off, you can't eat vacuum.
Oh my god.
Meat is...
I haven't...
He's...
Like I...
Well, next time you...
Well, at least I died in style. I took everybody down with me.
Sure. Oh, meat.
Hello, Steve. Well?
What?
I'm sure I don't know. Mr. Poston has... Mr. Poston feels there's too much...
She doesn't want to get...
Are you saying...
I don't know your daughter.
No. Not a... If you'd like to see her, it's fine with me.
This is just...
Oh.
Okay, at least
What
I learned my lesson. I'm gonna
Just-
save a bit more often.
You must... What... Give my...
Let's get out and talk with Stephanie, and then we can... Yeah, I have no interest in seeing more of her. Cough medicine. Great for getting in and out of tight spots. Toothpaste. I can grab the tampons, of course. Okay, we got the stuff there. And let's go talk with Stephanie again.
Who are you?
You
I'm...
just...
Really?
You're not...
Those... The cl... Do you...
No.
Yeah. I'm glad I...
Join.
La 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 la. Let's just get
Each one-
through this.
Everyone...
Any... You don't think...
I think...
Just
Escape?
Of course... Maybe...
Maybe we really do live...
Neither of us has bumps on our heads, if that's what you...
Have you been...
Well...
Probably...
Well... The wedding is... No,
If it comes down to it, we just won't...
I don't think anything in...
What?
Pot...
This game is really fucked up.
Everything...
She's...
That...
You think...
I...
That...
Look...
You're... Re
I...
I get it. Yes, I will. As long as I don't get,
Come back and visit me.
as long as I don't get shot by crazy legless guys. Let's go and get that. Get the ledger. Jonathan, yeah. It's probably that. Let's get the ledger from this place too. It's the same name. It's in both of them, which is nice. Really nice. Should I go to the freaking fire station again? No. Let's go to the diner and get the thing that's there. Did I pick up anything at school? No, I don't think I did. At the meat plant, there was nothing there. Let's go to the missile base and let's save before we talk to Mr. Shithead there.
Oh. All right.
That...
So,
Who are...
Colonel,
These...
goddamn.
Well...
So,
Then...
that's right. When I... Those pen... That's why...
You say before you came to harvest, your lower torso was shot off in the war?
That's right. I was behind enemy lines. The night was dark. The rain wet. Plastique I was supposed to rig the bridge with. precariously sandwiched between my knees as I
Oh,
crawled
Darwin Award.
I didn't see
Talk
the Jerry
about
taking
Darwin.
aim at me with his machine gun until half of me was flying through the air. With a quick spray of bullets in a straight line, he'd shot my body clean in two. My lower body landed at that Jerry's feet. I can still hear him laughing as I started crawling in the general direction of England, calling behind me in broken English, "My friend, where is your legs? Looky, what have we here? Some legs? Hey, did anyone lose some legs?"
Oh, man.
I'll never forget looking back over my shoulder and seeing that crowd doing the can-can with my legs.
Oh my god, mental images.
A few weeks later, with only my compass and a pair of nylons, I made it back to safety.
Oh.
Now the Krauts are our friends and the
Overly
commie
manly
bastards are our
man's
enemies.
cousin.
But even so, there's at least one crowd out there that I'll never invite over to Sunday dinner. Harvest is a fine town, steeped
Oh
in
yes, it's
traditional
really
American
fine,
values.
alright.
But that lodge, well, it makes me suspicious, don't mind saying it.
Somebody who doesn't like the
They've got their
lodge?
fingers into everything
Maybe this
around
guy
here.
is not crazy as a
Like a
thought.
certain red commie bastard menace which shall be nameless. You read me wrong, mister. I think you should join the lodge, infiltrate it, and report back on any red sympathizers. Your report could affect my decision on what I've got to do. Frankly, all these questions are making me a little suspicious of you. Maybe you're one of those pink-blooded Americans. Can you give me any reason
Oh,
why
but
I
I've got
shouldn't
the fire
shoot you
people.
right now? Right, huh? Your average commie bastard is always only too ready to hide behind the Constitution. Real Americans waive their rights for the common good. Would you? You talk a good game, mister. But so does your average commie bastard. The Kremlin
Oh.
teaches its agents to talk their way out of a scrape. What do you think about that, son? You should have watched more TV and read
Oh,
less
fuck,
Dostoevsky
I killed myself
if you wanted
again,
to
didn't
pass
I?
for an American, comrade.
Oh my god! This is the most glorious step scene ever. This is so fucking awesome. Oh my. Oops, I did it again. Let's try again and see if I can actually talk about communism without dying.
Oh!
Oh, that...
So,
who are... These...
God.
Well... That...
That's...
This guy is so fucking...
That's why they... Son, when you've had your body shot in half, you know a thing or two about fear.
I bet.
You learn that when something actually happens, it's never as bad as you imagine it would be.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure, I can't write my name in the snow. I had to shell out a few simoleons for portable IV drips, colostomy bags, and so on. The pain is hardly what I'd call constant. I have my good days when I pass out completely.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
We're
day.
never asked to endure more than we're capable of handling, mister. Folks would die in a nuclear holocaust, but nobody would die who wasn't going to die anyway, sooner or later. And the rest of us? Why, we'd take a little R&R at the old radiation
all
bunker,
good things
climb
come
out
through,
in 2
right?
weeks, and go back to work, refreshed and ready to contribute as productive members of society again. Makes me wonder why I don't just push the button and take me a nice vacation. Can you give me any reason why I shouldn't?
Well, gotta follow orders.
You're right, soldier.
Whoa!
Sorry.
You listen to me!
Sometimes the intense pain clouds my mind. The kookaburras start whispering to me about the pretty mangoes and the high trees, and I know they can see me. They see all of us. Can't you hear them? chattering with the llamas behind our backs. They want our cornflakes, but they won't take the milk!
Not the milk, damn it!
Have you lost your mind? You think you can
Oh,
toy with me just because I have no lower torso, you damn kid, you? Or maybe you're one of those commie bastards.
Oh.
You say before you came to harvest, your lower torso was shot off in the war?
That's right. I was behind enemy lines. The night was dark. The rain wet. Last stake I was supposed to rig the bridge with, precariously sandwiched between my...
Yeah, we heard this before. Let's get past
I can
it.
still...
Dude, the cat can with my legs!
Harvest is a... You read? I think you're... Remember...
Duck and cover? Maybe I should save again and just see if I can actually get past that. Yeah, I'm trying.
Halt! It's just... What are you... That's good. Someone has to keep them in check.
Me.
I'm glad you stopped by again. I want you to infiltrate those firemen, mister. There's a lot of art going on over there. I want to make sure they haven't turned into commie bastards. You got that? And don't come back unless you've got information for me.
Yes, sir! Wow! Holy. Let's see if I can.
Yes?
I need some help.
Postmaster Boyle? That's just dandy. Everyone... What a perceptive lad you are. Then you understand why I can't give you an application.
No, give
You
me an
understand
application and
standards.
try to suck up to you.
You understand the chaos that awaits us beneath the veneer of civilization. Unlike those fools that ran the newspaper building. They actually thought their paper more important than the mail, the glue. More timely. Turned everyone from writers to readers. And the glue suffered.
And you're probably
I
burnt
tell
down
you,
this
the
stuff.
newspaper building burning down was the best thing that ever happened to Harvest. It put them back in touch with the glue itself. They were writing again. Till the TV station opened up. Now, maybe something needs
Maybe
to
I
happen
need to get
the
the
TV station
gas can
too.
too.
I don't remember the file.
Don't remember?
I've
Yes,
been away.
hello, Mr. Kitty.
Please.
Well, around 10
Mommy's
o'clock
playing
one
her
night, the
fucked
whole
up games
newspaper
now.
building went up. Just like that.
An accident.
Well, I suppose it was at that. The sheriff never made any arrests, and he would have if there'd been any evidence, now wouldn't he?
Oh yes. You sound like a nice
I
person.
certainly don't wish to discourage you from joining, young man. That's just what you should be striving for. But I can't break the rules for you.
Yes, you can.
You keep trying. You'll
if
get
I
in
get
eventually.
you something to burn down the TV station with.
Seems that since the fire, WHAR has filled the void. Now just as many people waste their time watching TV as they ever did reading the paper. Seems like there's less and less mail all the time.
At least this game has a disgruntled postal worker.
Next time you post, don't...
A blind woman is trying to read her mail. Let's hope she knows Braille. I want the cup. Maybe I should go. I don't want to talk with those strange aliens. Ah, Mr. Penis
Hello,
guy.
Steve. How's the...
That guy freaks me out.
You... Heck of a... Don't...
I'm sure.
Speaking of Stephanie...
Oh god,
That's-
this guy's so crazy.
Heck of... Hell yes, it... A mighty particular...
I'm sure she...
A few months... Edna Fitzpatrick... Karen's only 5...
makes you so sure?
You saying Edna's getting it from someone else? Like maybe that damn sheriff?
Oh, okay, so...
I'll admit DNA's done it, does good. Bye now.
Bye, Mr. Creepy Person. Let's go to the police station. Let's just talk with
Hey,
Loomis.
Are you?
Nope.
No, I...
Well, in it. Help yourself.
I can't speak
Speaking
silly.
of which,
Oh, man's needs.
why,
French
of
postcard.
course, I know
Yes, so what to
Miss-
get you?
enough to... Why?
Let's ask about
Don't
Edna.
know what
Bye.
in it.
Hello, Steve.
Pleasure.
Then...
Of course, we...
Let's just click through
Loomis here. Main...
Oh.
Loomis.
Oh.
Amnesia. There's... I don't mind... Like it. Amnesia. There's a... Crime-wise,
is
nothing
so
much has happened.
messed up. Newspaper
Sure.
fire.
That-
Well...
But with...
Loomis...
You've...
Loomis here. Man...
Oh.
Loomis... Crime... We get...
You mean...
Oh, I forgot. You've got amnesia. Mr.
Maybe...
You mean a crime? Oh, no. Moynihan's... He figures if they can't pay for the room, to hell with them. What with the smell and all.
This is so fucked up. Let's ask about the jail. We didn't get to do that.
Now, that's a place you don't want to wind up, boy.
Yeah. Bye.
Stop on. That's the evidence.
Kiddo.
No.
Oh.
Let's go and
Get
get
it?
those things for him. Those French girly cards. Or maybe we should go to the fire station and
Please
figure out what's
excuse the
going on.
mess. Sorry, Steve.
Let's check out the fire department and let's save. This game is...
Hello, Steve.
House of Flame!
What? So, Steve, bet you don't... Please, don't be such a party...
That's such a sexy ass, I couldn't have drawn it better myself. It's perfectly
Besides,
proportioned.
we haven't had a fire in Harvest since the newspaper built... Art and... Some people think all we do is sit around. All the... dreadful... Oh, please. Dwayne was glad enough to see the thing go up. And so was McNaught.
Oh!
Now don't you go moving. Bye-bye.
Don't bother me, I'm sketching. Oh, look what you made me do!
I don't converse on the job, Steve.
Bye-bye.
This This is one of the more interesting games I've played through my entire life, I think. Yeah, let's go to the general store and get those cards. Empty meat box.
Can I help you, dear?
Who are you?
This is Phelps General Store, so who would that make me? Maybe you need to go back to Gein Memorial and have Miss Whaley teach you about logic.
I'm fuzzy on a lot of things these days. My memory's gone.
Shaw, you always were a kidder, Steve.
I'm serious. I need some help.
Well, they say a sharp blow to the head is a good thing for amnesia. In which case, I'd recommend Miss Whaley again. Then again, they say a good scare can jog the memory. In which case, I'd advise you to visit the Sergeant at Arms over at the lodge. That man gives me the willies. Speaking of willies, how's your father?
Don't know. My so-called mother keeps him locked in his room. And I can't get in.
Care to buy anything today?
Yes, I want.
Just point to whatever you want. I'm a little hard of hearing.
Let's see what I want. Don't they have the girly adult magazine? Ranch, coffee cans. I need Succulux Super Suck Vacuum Cleaner. It really sucks. I really don't have any money. Quarter. Yeah.
A girly magazine? Why,
Yes.
Steve, I'm surprised at you. I'd expect that sort of thing from Deputy Loomis, but never from you. He's always coming in here oogling the girly magazines behind my counter. Darned if I'd sell him one, though. I know his wife, for heaven's sakes.
Well, will you sell me one?
I certainly will, Steve. That kind of interest is healthy for a young fellow. Steers him away from being a fireman.
And there I have the adult magazine. Hooray! Let's go and hand that over to the deputy. Let's save first. Let's play 2.
I'm sorry. Anytime.
Okay, let's get the magazine.
Oh. Oh. By George. Oh, by Jiminy. Oh, this hair's
It sounds like
real
he's
thing.
suffering from premature ejaculation.
Can I have it?
This is oh my god.
Oh. Oh, thank you, Steve.
Ooh,
Excuse me,
I don't want
kiddo.
to think about
Gotta
it.
go check the jail for clean towels.
Clean towels. Oh, those towels aren't gonna be clean for long. Is there anything? Do I need to pixel hunt here or? Yes, the drawer. Let's have a note. A barely legible note. Checkbook. Yay! Get money! Key, evidence room. Yay! Okay, did I miss anything here or did I get all the items? Seems like I did. Let's go into the evidence room. What the doll? Not surprisingly, Loomis has tainted this evidence. Oh my god. Gas can. Santa hat. Dartboard. Lawn dart. They're illegal. Sneakers. Yeah. That paper boy wanted. Hat. Oh, nice reference there. Shaving kit. Camera. Yes, I wanted. A teddy bear wielding a chainsaw. That's the best teddy bear ever. Plane. Engine. Plunger. I want the plunger. Cap. Beer. I can't get the beer. Loomis right. Anyway. Toast. Bottle. Okay, it seems like I've gotten everything I can get in here.
Hello, Steve. Where's Loomis?
Coming around, I'm out if you come.
Oh my god.
Loomis, damn you.
Wait, no. No! No!
Get folding up the towels. Snake!
Did he just howl? Oh my god. Oh man. Oh man. This is so goddamn wrong. Okay. Maybe I should go to the general store and see if I can buy shit with the checkbook that I got. Let's just save, just in case I mess up. Let's use the checkbook. Deposit, boil. I can't really read what's here. Tulips, ammunition. Let's use that.
Oh ho ho, this is juicy. The Bridge Club will be positively agog. Hello, care to buy? Just point to whatever.
Want the ranch.
Oh ho ho, this is.
Oh, I can't pay with that. You suck. 3 copies. Let's see. Is there anything I can... Let's look. Sheriff, if you think I'm going to keep paying this forever, you are crazy. There are limits. Boil. See if we can make copies of that. Yay! Copies! Yeah, photocopy of checkbook, photocopy of note. Let's make copies!
Oh man. Well, that didn't work.
Oh well. Is there anything else I can copy? Nah. Let's go back to home and see. I kind of figured that the Boyle entries were important. Let's see if I can talk with it.
Good.
What happened there? Let's ask about him.
Say what?
See. Dad.
Say what?
Okay, you little dipshit.
Good.
Why isn't that little brat here now? Post office workshop. I don't want to go to Johnson restaurant. What's my cat doing? Oh, he's just using the scratching pole. Just heard him behind me. Where should I go? TV station. I haven't been there yet. Let's just... Are those vagrants there? Indians! No one is operating the cameras.
Stay tuned, buckaroos. There's more to come on Range Riders Cowboy Roundup. So don't go away. And what's your name, hombre?
Steve.
Steve's a swell name. My dog's name is Steve. Would you like my autograph, Steve? You'd want to talk to Mr. McKnight, buckaroo. I'm just Range Rider, the cowpoke's cowpoke. You gotta excuse me, youngin'. I gotta ski-daddle to the watering hole and back before the commercial's over.
And before those damn Indians come along. Gee, Hardy.
Violence? What about it? Violence is as American as apple pie and low SAT scores. Where would we be right now if the cowboys hadn't gone out west and butchered innocent people to steal their land? Answer me that, Mr. Know-it-all.
This game is so
But what
not
about studies
offensive
that
at
have
all.
shown that children become more violent when watching violence?
Buckaroo, I rip the guts out of godless heathen Injuns. Most kids don't see godless heathen Injuns on a regular basis, and if they do, they better either get their eyes checked or do like old Range Rider and shoot the bejesus out of them. Lest they want to go
some pretty
untreated
sound
for
morals
psychotic
here.
hallucinations, or wind up with their scalps hanging from a buckskin belt. Oh, shit! Ow! Shit on a stickaroo!
Shit on a stickaroo! That's an awesome lie.
The parents that are griping about violence on TV are the same parents that go outside in the morning to fetch their papers, secure in the knowledge that they won't get an arrow through the noodle because the
arrow through
violence
the
they
knee.
hate so much done cleared the engines out of the neighborhood.
Yeah, civilization has benefited from violence. But should violence be treated as entertainment?
Check
course
my
it should.
rating, son. Violence is entertainment. I just put it on the air. If some kid watches, that says something about the kid, not me. Now, excuse me, we're going back on the air.
Oh, this is so awesome. Why is he fighting continuously? Shit on the stickeroo. I probably need to get up on the roof there at some point. But let's get back to Yeah, the post office. See if we can give that guy that gas can, maybe.
That interests me not at all, young man.
Oh, sure it does, you pyro.
Sorry, son, no time to talk. I hear you've been spreading all sorts of gossip about me around town. You've shut your mouth off about Sheriff Dwayne blackmailing me. Not a smart thing to do, given that Dwayne carries a gun. It's too late for that. Hear the wheat rustle in the wind. The scythe nears. Can the fall be far behind?
Really?
Next time you post.
This is... Let's go to the missile base and see if we can talk some more with this guy here.
Halt! It's just me! What do you want? That's good. Someone has to keep them in check.
I am the
remember
llama
you.
master.
You're the soldier I sent to check on the fireman. Did you find evidence of commie infiltration? That's what I thought. The kookaburras told me, but I wouldn't listen. They lie so much. But now my crust is golden brown. Can't you hear the timer ding?
Yes, I can. Oh! I did it again! Oh, go me! Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Oh. Let's try that again. Oh. Oh. The Colonel is my favorite character.
What do you? That's good. Thank God for that. Your next assignment is to infiltrate the lodge before it's too late. Get it at all costs, mister. Or God help us all. Remember,
duck and cover. Maybe we can check in on Stephanie.
If it isn't my favorite...
Steve, it's good to talk to you, but if we're going to escape this wedding thing, you'd better start learning some things about Harvest. And I think you might want to start at the lodge. Everything in Harvest seems...
She's not the only one who wants me to sign on with the lodge.
That's probably the worst...
You think the lodge...
I think all of...
That's...
Look.
You're really afraid of...
I look...
Bye.
Come back and...
Let's go check out the lodge again and see if we can get some clues.
Only initiates may enter the hall of the Order of the...
Did you...
I did not...
Collect...
Oh. There. You must first fill out an...
Then I just...
You may find it difficult. Have you...
Not yet.
If you would find knowledge, you must seek it from the first realization of the wanting. Whether you do or not matters.
Why is it so dark there, but not elsewhere?
Howdy.
Yeah. What are you talking?
Steve. Nice to see.
Hello?
How?
Hey, mate. Past your red. You're past. Past your. Well.
You.
What?
That alien head is
Line.
so fucked
Why
up.
not?
Oh, they. Needless.
Lake.
Anytime.
Think. Nice to.
That sheep is so demonic. Is there something I can give these guys? Where the hell am I supposed to go? Maybe I need to go back to the police station and see if I can talk with sheriff, but he's not there. I don't want to be in here with the evidence. Maybe I'll head to the diner since I haven't been there yet. DNA's diner. Ah, there is.
Hello there.
No, just.
Oh, I forgot.
Don't let.
Now, you've been...
Shooting your mouth? What? Penis!
Say what? Stop.
Oh. Well, you're in ed.
I thought this was.
Very funny.
I'm not.
Now, Steve, if you don't want to marry, You've met.
The
Other than the
adorable little
diner,
girl.
she's all I have.
Who's gonna die horribly?
There is.
I don't.
Honestly. Mr. The law.
What?
You hunger.
Edna?
Steve,
You seem.
I'm sorry. Stop.
Hi. What are you. Not.
Oh, bye.
Now. I guess not.
But you won't, because I've got the original checks, which prove that Boyle burned down the newspaper building, and that you've been blackmailing him to keep it quiet. I've hidden them. Anything
I
happens to
think
me,
this might have been a
they might
bad
turn up.
idea.
soon.
Uh-huh. All right. You've got me, boy. Tell you what. I'd give you one of Sheriff Dwayne's custom deluxe get-out-of-jail-free cards.
Can I save now? No.
All right. Just...
Maybe I can bribe and boil. Yeah. Let's try that. Let's just save first.
What does this mean? This is unexpected and awkward. But my luck's been bad ever since Dwayne found that darn gas can at the newspaper building the day after the fire. He has this insane notion that it's mine. I pay it not because I'm guilty, but because I don't want him slurring my good name around Harvest.
Oh, naturally.
Down the street.
You know, he keeps that gas can in the evidence room at his office.
Yes!
I'd be really grateful to whoever could fetch me that can. Grateful enough to provide him with a lodge application.
Ahead of schedule, and risk the collapse of civilization as we know it.
Risky.
We must keep our standards intact. But to do that, we must keep our asses intact as well.
Words of wisdom,
Oh,
kids.
and Steve, you'll keep this to yourself. If you're smart.
Of course I'm smart. I've only incited a nuclear holocaust 3 times.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. After all this time.
Where's my application, Boyle?
Here, take it. With my thanks. You know, this morning as I was making my rounds, I noticed an awful lot of television aerials on the roofs. Seems like more and more each day. You got me this can just in time, youngster. I may have need of it again.
What do you mean?
There's another reason why Sheriff Dwayne didn't investigate the Sentinel fire. If you'd like to get something else on the blackmailing bastard, check around the television station. While you still can.
Okay, I'm gonna go do that. Off to the TV station. Let's see, can I take a photo of them maybe?
Oh, man. Okay. Okay.
Well, that didn't work.
Damn it. Okay.
Is there something I can... Oh, I can head further inside. Oh, cool! Cubicles. Let's
Hey,
talk to
sport.
Mr. McKnight.
This is a private office.
Yeah, I know, Mr.
McKnight. I own and operate this station. Have you brought me some news for tonight's broadcast, or...
I've lost my memory. That's news.
The hell it is! You always were a kidder, Steve. Any
Steve the
real news
Kidder.
to tell me?
Actually, I was just wanting to know more about the TV station.
I got
Hey,
the blackmail
WHAR
thing.
is the only television station in Harvest. Since the old Sentinel went under, what with the newspaper building burning down and all, we're golden. Nobody competes with us, sport. Hey now, sport, that's an irresponsible allegation. I had nothing to do with that fire. Just because WHAR may have benefited from it and I danced on the ashes a little, doesn't mean I torched the place. You can ask Sheriff Dwayne if you have any doubts.
You seem awfully touchy on the subject, sport.
I'm touchy when people try to muscle their way into my business. I'd appreciate it if you'd leave my office and don't come back.
No. You can do.
Don't hurry back.
Let's see. Let's check out. Too bad I can't read it.
Oh, now, sport, this is
Yeah.
really interesting. Foyle's done something wrong, otherwise the sheriff wouldn't be blackmailing him. But what?
Yeah, and don't forget about the sheriff. Dwayne is a blackmailer.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I decided not to run with this story.
What? But this is all the evidence you need for your newscast. Evidence of a blackmail situation. Canceled checks, a ledger.
Sorry, sport. No can do. Matter of fact, I think I may have to shoot the sheriff a private little newscast about this. I know, I know.
I think I'm in
Don't
problem.
hurry.
Let's go to the lodge.
Have you obtained an application from the postmaster? If you would find knowledge. Whether you...
I got the application. Right here.
I've told you, but you must...
What?
That's a ticket.
Oh, there we go.
I see you've managed to acquire an application. That demonstrates resourcefulness, a desirable trait for prospective members. You need a rest. Report back here for your next assignment.
Look at the walls. So, let's hope that tomorrow is a better day. Lovely dreams.
What do you people want from me?
More pie, Shaman?
Welcome to our order.
The hand that grips life is Stephanie.
Yummy, let's wear the same clothes that we wore yesterday. It's the same stuff here. Let's head outside.
What do you want, Steve? That's right. I think I got the flu.
Maybe you'd feel better if you stopped watching television and went to bed.
Maybe
Words
you'd
of
be quiet with a
wisdom.
steak knife in your heart.
What?
Just leave me alone, Steve. Believe me, you got your own problems.
Oh,
Good.
Psycho brother.
Hello, dear. How are you today?
Bye, Psycho
Don't
Mom.
forget to put the papers out for...
Do I have a paper in my inventory? Yeah. It's Tuesday, so let's save. Tuesday! And let's head out. Maybe I can get some sneakers for Jimmy. Let's see. Bloody sneakers.
Swell! Here's the keys to the broom closet at Gein
Nice.
Memorial. That's where they meet every day. About 3:45, as soon as everyone has gone home. Sometimes I hide in there beforehand. And Daddy-o, I see some stuff that's real nasty. Take it
Yes,
from
I
me.
get
You
to
made a
watch
good
adults
swap.
having sex now. Let's try and pick up. That was fucking awesome. That kid is nasty. I just had to try it. Oh, awesome. Now you're a regular paper boy, huh?
There now, see how easy it is? Things are so much better between us when you remember the paper in the morning. And let's keep them that way.
Let's pick up a paper while Just to make sure that we don't remember it. Okay. Let's head back to the lodge.
I take it you wish to be initiated into the mysteries of the Order of the Harvest Moon.
Yep.
Very well. Know then that securing the application was but the first step on your road to enlightenment.
Do I need to get to a shrubbery or something?
You must complete a series of tasks to prove your worthiness as an initiate.
What kind of tasks?
Minor pranks. Nothing overly
A really awesome secret society. Pranks.
But to complete them you must, if you wish to enter these walls.
Oh yeah, it's
Minor
a real
prank, eh?
cool society.
I'll bet. What have you got in mind?
There is in Harvest a man named Mr. Johnson. He owns a tucker. It is his pride and joy.
Yeah, you're a real bad guys, alright.
In it.
Paperboy is bad.
That's all?
As I said, a minor prank. Mind you, you're not to damage the vehicle. Merely put a single scratch in it. Once you have done so, return here, and I shall give you your next task.
Okay, let's go mess with Mr. Johnson's car. Is everybody having problem with stream? Let's go and keep Stephanie updated on our progress.
Steve, I'm so glad you came back. What have you been doing?
I visited the lodge, talked to the sergeant-at-arms there. He knows that there's something out of whack here. He told me if I wanted to find out what it is, I should join the lodge. I've decided to join the lodge, Stephanie. I think the answer to all our questions is inside.
That place. It's so sinister. You may be playing right into their hands. Did you think of that? Doesn't it seem like you're being herded toward the lodge?
That's one of the things I hope to find out.
I hope finding out doesn't get you killed.
So
Come
do
back in
I. Let's go to the Johnson residence. Let's try and save just to make sure that.
Sorry, Steve. Too tired to talk right now. I just gave the Tucker a tune-up. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Let's see what happens if we try to do something. Why don't I have the screwdriver?
Hey! What?
Do I need to? Oh. That was the wrong place. I do not want to check out the House of Flame. Let's go to the Kind Memorial School and get into the broom closet. Let's enter the broom closet. Ooh! I maybe should have use the camera.
Huh? What? Screwing in the school broom closet?
They have their
What will
clothes
people
on.
think?
They'll think nothing. You have no proof of your allegation. And we...
Not likely now. Thanks.
Let's try opening.
Well, that didn't work.
Maybe I should have tried something different and used the camera. Low, yeah, let's try to do that again. Let's try using the camera there.
Okay. Well, that didn't work.
Yeah, good. I got a picture.
Screwing in this...
Are you blackmailing us, you little shit?
Yes,
Calm down, Mr. Harold. Stephen would never do that. He's a smiley bear. But we should give him a token of our appreciation for his silence. Here, Stephen, take this baseball bat. You'll find it quite useful. More than that you won't get. We don't have much... Wise decision, Stephen. Take...
I got a baseball bat. Ooh, now I can fight. Haha, cool. That's awesome. Okay, what am I supposed to do? This place depresses me too much. What am I supposed to do now? No kidding. What are those strange lights up in the sky?
Well, that didn't work.
I can't punch the car. This...
Sorry, Steve. Bye now.
Maybe I need to distract him and get him away. Maybe talk with Edna. Let's go to Edna Steiner.
I can't talk now. The dishes are stacked up and back, and I better take advantage of the... Stop by and...
Sorry, boy. I never conduct business. Stop on by.
Bye.
Nobody wants to talk with me. something going on at the police station, maybe? Yes, let's talk with Loomis.
Sorry, I don't feel up right now.
Nobody wants to talk with me today.
That is.
You were also talkative yesterday, and now you're clammed up. That's great.
Stephen.
Who are you?
I am Daniel Moynihan.
Most people ask me why I don't...
Well, you always were a kid. Your loss of memory...
What are you talking...
You know... How strange. I can't... It seems... God knows. As I...
Huh.
As I...
But sure...
You sound like... It seems that... God knows.
Bake sale.
This bake sale is...
Then the order is setting...
Not shelter. It's...
Now he's here.
You...
I was...
I want the glue.
I was only...
Indeed.
Is there something else I can... Is that blood dripping? Yeah. That's blood, people. Just blood. What does he want in return? You can't have my baseball bat. I need that. Aspirin, cough medicine. What can he possibly need? Cake cover?
Why should I...
I thought you should, you know... Why would I...
Strange how there's a correlation between the bums who've died and the bum...
I'm not a
Neither am I, but I can...
Hey, you may be right. Then you intend to leverage this nominally engaging coincidence for personal gain?
I'm not the one up to my ass in dead...
Yes, but you have an unreasoning faith in the consistency of the universe. Things can change, young man.
This is a risk.
I'll make the threats here or in the sheriff's office.
Be sure and tell Dwayne hello for me. You can't have that, Stephen. I need it for...
I was only...
Indeed.
Secure...
I want the glue, damn it. Let's see if the sheriff is in now. So I can hand the books to him. Nope. He's probably still at the diner. Oh. How the hell am I going to get Johnson away from his car? I didn't mean to go to the school. Where else can I go? Let's check out the general store. Okay. Guy is away.
Hello, Steve. Care to buy anything today? Just point to...
Cans of soup or possibly rat poison? Yeah, because they're so similar. This is a little frustrating. Walking back and forth and trying to...
Think about taking some of that siding off my hands, son.
Oh yes, because they still want your
Nice to
aluminum.
see you again.
I can't talk now, son.
You also talked to me
Anytime,
yesterday.
Steve.
Maybe it's don't talk to Steve day? There's something at the post office. Oh! Manhole key! Want it. Maybe I need to use the base.
Well, that didn't work.
Because there's that manhole. No! I didn't mean to disarm that. I want to use it and head down to the sewers and then go over to Mr. Johnson's house and mess things up.
Sorry, son. No time to talk. Next time.
This is frustrating. Oh, let me check my items. Vitamins. Vitamins. Yes! The lube. Woohoo! Nightfall descends upon harvest. This is not sinister at all. That was a really short day, you know? Let's go to Mr. Johnson residence. Ah, this is actually quite fun. Use the manhole key and manhole cover. Ooh. Floor gate. Examine the corroded wall. Tiny indentation in the concrete. Examine the sealed wall. Water damage. Let's see, is there anything else? Examine the light!
Well, that didn't work. Damn it.
Maybe I need to use the baseball bat.
Oh, man. Damn it. Well, that didn't work. Oh, man.
No, I wasn't supposed to go. Let's equip the baseball bat. Maybe I need to use something else there.
Damn it.
Let's see here. Do I have anything? Tampons?
Damn it.
Oh, this is annoying. Maybe I need to go around town and find something else. Maybe there's something at the cemetery? Because that's not gonna be scary at night. Ooh, matches. Mr. Potsdam?
I'm burying our cat. She passed away and I'm burying her. Go away and mind your own business.
Then, where's the cat?
I left her at home. Now leave me alone!
Leave me alone with my meat.
This kind of stuff.
Just look at Steve walk.
Oh man.
Oh, but I wanted to burn down this tree. This place is so not suspicious. Is there something at the abandoned house? No. Doesn't look like it. Let's see. What kind of strange people lock their doors at night? General store. Well, at least this limits where I'm supposed to go, I guess. Well, at least the Colonel is still here, ready to fight against the llamas. Meat plant. Only has a day shift. Okay. And let me guess, the school is locked too? School is not in session at night. That's good to know. TV station is closed. Let's check out the diner. Locked up, of course. What a boring town this is at night. Oh, but I bet let there be a party.
Jeez, what are you doing here? Just standing here, waiting to be drawn. You just hang out here all the time? I'm not a person, Steve. I'm an object. You'll do well to remember that. A person is his job. Someday you'll understand that. And if you don't, it won't matter, because you'll be dead. Dead? Have you gotten your lodge application in yet? Good. You may survive yet.
Oh, that's not creepy. What? What the fuck? What? The door was open! The door was open, damn it! Oh.
This is your first arrest, Steve. You just remember, we've got a 3 strikes, you're out rule here in Harvest. But you keep your nose clean. You hear?
The door was open! The hell? Why is the sheriff tucking me in? Oh! Bad touch, bad touch, bad touch, bad touch. Bad touch. Oh my god, that was fucking creepy. At least Mom isn't cooking now. Hot out of the oven. And baking cookies? Oh my god, has somebody talk with Child Protective Services? Actually guys, I think I'm gonna take a break here. And then I can continue some more tomorrow. Thanks for watching me play my first take on Harvester, and there will be more hard penises and cookies and lodge stuff later. Okay, bye.